Brown vs. Board of Education, Topeka, Kansas, 1954. Let's look at a few slides from 1954 to 1920 to 2020. Tell me what you think. What was Brown Board of Education, Topeka, Kansas? Well, it was a landmark 1954 Supreme Court case in which justices ruled unanimously that racial segregation of children in public schools was unconstitutional. Brown of Education was one of the cornerstones of the civil rights movement and helped establish the precedent that separate but equal education were not in fact equal at all. Let's look at schools in 1954. We had Brown versus Board of Education. But 10 years after Brown Board of Education in 1964, 98% of all black children in the South still attended segregated schools. In 1964, Griffith versus County School Board of Education, Prince Edward County here in Virginia, banned public schools. So look at schools now. In a study in March 2014 by the Department of Education Office of Civil Rights, we see percentages that no, we don't have equal education. Black children represent 8% of school enrollment, 48% receive more than one out-of-school suspension. Black students are expelled 3 times more than white students. Black students represent 16% of student enrollment, account for 20% referred to law enforcement, 31% subject to school-related arrests. So if we look at percentages, right? Do we see separate but equal schools? 75% minority schools. In 2017, we had 6% as opposed to 3%. Whereas if we look at black students and Hispanic students, far greater number. So the question becomes, was it effective? And what is our understanding of implicit bias and the impact it has on our school system? So implicit bias, the attitude or stereotype that affects our understanding, effects, and decisions in an unconscious manner. So what we're going to look at in this lesson is how effective was Brown versus Board of Education some 66 years later. I want you to think about this idea as we move forward in this lesson.